Joseph charges the COMELEC of grave abuse of discretion under Rule 65 of the Rules of Court for finding probable cause to charge him with overspending during the national elections. He argued that the preliminary investigation took longer than usual. COMELEC, however, claimed that Joseph's petition should be dismissed because he had other legal remedies. COMELEC explained that once it finds probable cause and issues a resolution, the preliminary investigation ends and criminal proceedings begin at the trial court. Instead of filing a petition for certiorari with the Supreme Court, Joseph should have submitted to the trial court's jurisdiction, appeared for arraignment, entered his plea, and gone through the criminal trial. Is the contention of COMELEC meritorious? Explain.
No, the contention of COMELEC is not meritorious. The Supreme Court held that recourse to Rule 65 does not require absence of a judicial remedy to a party. It is the inadequacy, not the absence of all other legal remedies, and the danger of failure of justice without the writ that usually determines the propriety of certiorari. Adequate remedy simply means that a remedy which will promptly relieve the petitioner from the injurious effects of that judgment and the acts of the inferior court or tribunal concerned. A petition for certiorari or prohibition may even prosper despite the availability of other remedies in certain exceptional circumstances, such as a. when public welfare and the advancement of public policy so dictate, b. when the interests of substantial justice so require, or c. when the questioned order amounts to an oppressive exercise of judicial authority. Here, a full-blown trial is not a speedy and adequate remedy for Joseph. Going through a public trial would not afford him an expeditious relief from the detrimental effect of a wrongful charge of an election offence, especially one that is filed despite inordinate delay. Joseph had already been deprived of the prompt disposition of the complaint against him by the protracted preliminary investigation. It would be more unjust to further subject him to public trial when there is evidence early on that otherwise contradicts the initial findings of the COMELEC. Withal, the original action of certiorari will afford petitioner immediate relief from the deleterious effects of the COMELEC's whimsical and arbitrary exercise of jurisdiction. Thus, the contention of COMELEC is not meritorious.